Hello friends, welcome back in once again in the next lectures of the Swift series. So in today's lecture we will discuss about in-out parameters. So it's a very important concept. So before implementing the in-out parameter, practically we will discuss some theoretical part in Apple Doc. So here is the definition in-out parameters. So you can read here what is the in-out parameters. So by default function parameters is constant. Trying to change the value of a function parameter from within the body of that function result in a compile time error. This means that you cannot change the value of parameter by mistake. So we cannot change the value of the function parameter because all the function parameter by default is constant. So if you want to change the value of the function parameter, you want to those change persist after the function call ended, define parameter as in-out parameter. So we simply write a in-out keyword right before the parameter type. This is very important. An in-out parameter has value that passed into the function is modified by the function and is passed back out of the function to replace the original value where we are passing the value, then after changing it replace the original value. So now we will implement this functionality practically how in-out parameters are work. So let's begin. So suppose here I am taking a variable, suppose num count. Suppose I am taking here a variable num count equal to 0, and here I am creating a function and name, and here I am taking a num and the type is equal to int, and here suppose I am not returning anything. Yes, so here I am try to increment this number, suppose equal to 10, and calling this increment function here and passing here a incremented number is equal to count. Suppose I am taking here num count. So here you can see that an error message is showing that cannot assign value num is a let constant. So here num is by default is a argument of the function is a constant argument, because num by definition of the Apple we read in the doc that num is a by default a constant argument, so we cannot change it. So now the concept of the in-out parameters comes into the picture, because we cannot change the function argument like this. But if we add here in-out keyword in out like this, in-out is a keyword in the Swift, and now the error message is now removed. And the second passing value of type int is an in-out parameter. Whenever we use in-out parameter in the function argument, so we cannot pass here as a value, we need to add the ampersand symbol here. So without this we cannot use. So I think you are already familiar with call by value and call by reference we used in the C++ language. So it's like a call by reference, because we are passing here the reference of the variables. It will not work without the ampersand symbol. So here we are passing the address of the variable num count and passing here. Now I run it and check what will be the result for it. Yeah, so now you can check that here 10 value is showing. If I try to print here, suppose value of num count. So here we need not assign the value. After changing the value, it directly assign into the original variable. So it is the power of the in-out parameter that after increment the variable, it's return the value into the original parameter. So here original parameter is num count. So we will check what is the value of the num count is now. So now you can check that here num count value is now 10, because it is the original parameter we are passing here. So like this you can use the in-out parameter, and here we are not need to return any parameter here. We are not returning here. It's automatically, it is a in-out parameter, so it's automatically where the value is coming. Suppose here num count is passing value into the num, so it's automatically return the value into the num count, and num count value is 10. Suppose we use the same concept into the simple functions. Suppose I am commenting this code, I am using the same function, but this is not an in-out parameter. In the simple function, how it will work? So we will check here. Suppose I am returning here a variable, suppose int type value, this function is returning here, and we are adding here num. Suppose I am using here let a, and now I am returning a, and here we need not add the ampersand symbol, and now I am suppose returning here the, so it's a ordinary function, it's not a in-out function. So like this we can use the ordinary function. Suppose I run it now and check the result. Yeah, so here you can check that xyz value is also 10, because here we are adding the number, we are passing here num count is 0, and here we are adding 10 and a is returning here. So we are taking here a return type. So in this function we need not requirement of the return statement. Without returning here anything, the value is automatically passed into the original parameter, but here we need to take in a return type, and we will return here a value of the variable and assigning into the another variable. And here we also need not requirement to assigning anything from another variable, we directly passing the value into the original parameter. So here we are passing the value into the xyz, and now the xyz value is printing here. So it's the concept of the in-out parameter. So it's depend on your requirement, you can use in-out parameter or not. So if you think that in-out parameter is beneficial for according to your requirement, so you can use it, otherwise you can use a ordinary parameter. So I think it will be the helpful. Thanks for the watching. So if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe the channel.